guest is a multi-platinum selling artist who conquered the world. Oh, you know what? I'm messing this up because I love her so much. I'm so nervous. You know what? I'm just going to tell you, this woman is unbelievable. She was part of the Eurythmics. She went solo, was even bigger artist. She's no stranger to the Grammys. She's won 4. And Sunday night, she brought the house down with a powerful performance. Now, on her latest album, Nostalgia, she takes on jazz and blues classics. Please welcome the sensational Annie Lennox.
That was a hell of a build-up up there. How do I live this down?
You just did you.
No,
right. We are all in awe. Yeah, everybody. At the Grammys, you received a huge standing ovation after performing with Hozier to perform Take Me to Church. And your new song, I Put a Spell on You. What did you think when the producers came to you and asked you to perform at the Grammys?
Well, first of all, I'm a Luddite. And so I really am very, very slow to pick up on all the latest things. I don't really check out what's happening currently too much. So I had to check out Take Me to Church. And it's a magnificent song by a magnificent artist, and he's only, he's my daughter's age. He's 24.
Yeah.
And you're going to see Hozier for a very long time, I'm sure of that. He's the real deal, and he's such a sweet man. And we got together, and Ken Ehrlich, who is the extraordinary head of the Grammys and all these amazing productions, he's the visionary, and he sort of put the two of us together. And it's always hit or miss, because sometimes things work and we know when they work, and we also know when they don't work quite so well. So we kind of tried. And he's very tall. I mean, I think I'm 5'8", something like that. And he's like 6'5". Wow. So I'm like, whoa. Wow. I'm not used to that. So
it worked. It worked really well. Now, on your new album, Nostalgia, you take on American jazz and blues classics. How did you choose?
Right.
There's such...
Right. Yeah, there's so many, aren't there? But there's a great little thing called, you may have heard of it, it's called YouTube. Everybody seems to know about it, even Luddites do. So, I mean, basically, this has never been my genre. You know me for pop, soul, R&B influence, all these kind of things. I have a very eclectic taste in music. But I never actually recorded in that genre so far. And I'm now at a certain age where I felt, why not? I like to do things differently. I like to reinvent myself. I like to go where people would say, maybe, ooh, that might be a bit dangerous, For me, that's interesting. So I looked on YouTube, which is the most fantastic archive of jazz and I mean, everything. You remember when you were a kid and you saw things in black and white? They're there. They're all there. And all those great classic songs that are so lasting that we can perform them now in 2015, and they're some of them over 100 years old. I'm so privileged. So I just did it as how could I say, an exploration. It was a labor of love, because I just had the best fun making this record.
You got that screaming Jay Hawkins, you got the Billie Holiday, the Ray Charles, and you recently filmed Annie Lennox Nostalgia Live in Concert, which will air April 3rd on PBS. What was the most memorable part of the evening for you?
To be honest with you, to do something like that was such a kind of jump into the dark for me, because I don't regularly perform and I don't have a regular band. And this was really quite a big production down at the Orpheum Theatre, the glorious Orpheum Theatre down in Broadway, you know, here in Los Angeles. And we had quite a big production and an audience that came specially dressed for the event. And I had one chance to do that. There was no going back, you know.
And you did it. Annie Lennox, everyone.